Anyway, let's mention some of the great comedians who were not in this movie. Hey, how about that Bob Hope?
No, but I want to tell you. Bob Hope wanted to do a cameo, and Kramer obviously wanted him, but they had a problem. Hope was under contract to a movie studio at the time, and he and the studio were fighting over what film he would make next and when he would make it, and while they were fighting, they withheld his permission to be in this film. Now, Groucho Marx is not in this movie.
Yeah, say they go to White and the Ducks, that's a rumor. In this case, that he was going to play Ethel Merman's role, hopefully as a father-in-law and not in drag. That was written by Groucho in one of his published letters, but it was clearly a joke. Red Skelton is not in this movie.
They wanted him for a large role, but he was then doing a weekly series. The same problem kept out Lucille Ball and a few others who were discussed or even approached. As the shooting schedule took place, Kramer realized he couldn't take the chance the filming would run longer than planned and he'd lose a major player to TV commitments. In Skelton's case, he was reportedly offered a cameo and said he'd do it, but he insisted on the same money they paid for a starring role. So that's why no Red Skelton. As we'll mention later, something similar seems to have occurred with Ed Wynn.
But the most notorious example of an actor who didn't appear in the movie was Edward Brophy, the beloved character actor best known for playing comic dimwits, and was also the voice of Timothy the Mouse in Dumbo. One of the film's casting directors, a man infamous for promising more than he could deliver, told Kramer he could get him for a small role. We don't know which one. Kramer okayed it, and the casting director called him at home. Mrs. Brophy answered, and after a few moments of chit-chat, he told her he had a great role for Ed in Stanley Kramer's new comedy. Mrs. Brophy replied, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but Eddie passed away a couple of years ago." Now, I've heard two different endings to this tale. One is that Kramer already knew about Brophy, but let him go on the wild goose chase anyway, just for the pleasure of watching the guy squirm. The other is that Kramer didn't know, so the man kept telling him he was on another picture running behind schedule and they should get someone else, and Kramer said, no, we'll wait. So the man finally fessed up and told him Brophy was permanently unavailable, and Kramer replied, "Great, you sold me a dead actor."